RFID Activity Number 1. RFID Card UID Scanner. How it works. The card is recognized using UID, and using serial monitor, we can determine the card's UID. The problem arises when faulty wires and making the wiring feels loose, making the RFID reader a bit faulty.
Registered card in the MFRC 522 reader turns on the green LED for access granted. If the card isn't registered, the red LED flashes to show access denied. The Arduino didn't recognize the RFID card at first because the UID wasn't registered. By adding the card's UID to the system, it worked as intended. Tapping a registered card in the MFRC 522 reader shows the student's name on the LCD. If the card isn't registered, it shows unknown. At first, nothing worked because the coding was wrong. After adding the correct UID, it finally worked.
RFID Activity 4. RFID Triggered Servo Lock. Problem and solution and how it works. Pressing a button on the remote made the IR receiver detect signal and show codes on the serial monitor, demonstrating how remote control device works. Initially, the system did not work because the servo motor was not functioning properly, but it worked correctly after replacing the servo motor and rewiring the circuit. Activity 1. Keypad Controlled LED. Problem and solution and how it works. This activity involves a keypad. Using the keypad, we can turn the LED on and off. The keypad uses unique codes, which may seem confusing at first. However, with some trial and error, it becomes easy to operate.
A keypad was used to enter a pin to control a servo door lock. The correct pin unlocked the servo and showed access granted. On the LCD, while a wrong pin activated the buzzer and showed access denied. At first, it did not work because the servo motor was not working, but it worked after replacing it. IR Receiver Activity Number 1. IR Signal Explorer. Problem and solution. How it works. When a button on the remote was pressed, the IR receiver detected the signal and showed the IR value on the serial monitor. This showed how remote controls send signals to devices.
Problems and solution. How it works. The IR remote was used to turn an LED on, off, or toggle it. Each button sent a different IR value, and the Arduino used these values to control the LED. At first, it did not work because the wrong IR values were used, but it worked after fixing them.
IR control servo door lock. Problem and solution. How it works. Using an IR remote, the servo locks or unlock the door. The LCD shows lock or unlock and the buzzer sounds during each action. At first, it did not work because the servo motor was not working, but worked after replacing it. Practical applications. RFID is ideal for fast and contactless identification without manual input. It is commonly used in a cashless payment system and access control to track a users and transactions efficiently. 4x4 keypad is suitable for application that requires accurate and intentional input, such as pin-based door locks and menu navigation. Each key can assign a specific function for system control. An IR receiver module enables a short-range wireless control through remote, and it is commonly used to manage a device such as lights or fans. It is the most effective when combined with the relay module to safely control a higher voltage devices.
One of our most successful moments was learning to troubleshoot effectively by testing one component at a time instead of making random changes. We also faced situations where the system failed despite correct code, which showed us that wiring, pin connection, and power supply are just important as programming. For future students, it is important to understand each component and resolve issues step by step, using failures as a part of the learning process. After 4 semesters of robotics, we realized that the course is not only about making project function, but also about developing and patient and problem-solving skills. By working through small issues such as wiring errors, incorrect pins, and code mistakes, we learn that value of systematic troubleshooting.
In conclusion, this robotic project using the Arduino UNO allowed us to explore different input and output devices such as RFID, 4x4 keypad, and IR receiver module. Through the 4 RFID activities, 2 keypad activities, and 3 IR receiver activities, we gain hands-on experience in integrating hardware components with proper coding and logical control. Each activity strengthened our understanding of how real-world security and automation systems work, from RFID-based access control and attendance monitoring to password-protect door locks and remote-controlled systems. Despite facing challenges such as faulty wirings, incorrect UIDs, wrong IR codes, and damaged servo motors, we learned how to troubleshoot systematically and improve our problem-solving skills. Overall, this project was not only about building functional system, but also about teamwork, patience, and continuous learning. The knowledge and experience we gain will serve as a strong foundation for future robotics and engineering projects.